This is my audience. We have 4 members. Okay. Hi, I'm Krystal-Sanchez. I'm in speech 1311, and I'm going to be explaining to you about depression. So my goal here, because this is an informative speech, is to educate you about depression, learn about like the causes, symptoms, prevention, treatment, stuff like that. So I'd like to first start off with depression is most common in like 15% of adults in the US, so it's a pretty common disorder, but it is easily treatable. So the way I'm setting this up, I have 4 topics. I'm first going to be telling you a brief overview of depression. I'm going to tell you how someone can be depressed, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of the brain during depression and the prevention and treatments. So we're going to start off with depression. So depression is a psychological and a mental disorder, very common. It does involve the brain. The brain is responsible for depression, but usually signs of this are loss of interest in activities that someone would normally partake in, or a depressed mood over time. So the causes of depression, based off of my research, I've came up with the top 3 most common that I've collected. The first one is low physical activity. Like, studies have shown that people that have higher physical activity usually work with their mind and body and are less likely to become depressed than people with low physical activity. The second is negative thoughts, which goes along with unfavorable life events. These are also pretty common causes of depression. Okay, so next I'm going to be discussing the human brain and the process during depression. So basically, like I said before, the brain is responsible for depression. Basically, there's a biochemical process. Your brain regulates and releases neurotransmitters. One of the chemicals, serotonin, which I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's kind of like that happiness feeling, but a reduction of the chemical serotonin will lead to depression, and this is the root of the problem. So luckily there's treatments and preventions. The most common is medications, also known as antidepressants. Antidepressants are different from any other medication because it can directly target the brain. Chemistry of the brain. The second is an electroconvulsive therapy. That's for people that are more severely depressed, and it's basically like an electric current passed through the brain. But like I said, medication, antidepressants are for people that are gonna be depressed or are depressed, and electroconvulsive is for severely depressed. So hopefully through this speech, you can identify depression and possibly help someone who's showing signs. It's important because this is a disorder that ruins many people's lives and, stuff like that. But hopefully we're aware of depression and we know the symptoms and prevention methods. So here are my works cited page. This helps me avoid plagiarism, so I have to note of that. Thank you guys very much.